Oh shoot! I never pressed. All right. Change that font real quick.
Oh, yeah, let me check our volume.
Ooh, I love the font for
Oh
today.
God, is it a sexy font?
It's it looks actually like a DC logo.
Oh, no, that's not sexy.
No, it's not very sexy. Should I make it like cursive or something? A little romantic.
I think you should.
All right, I can. I'm saving that
All right,
one
I had
though. I gotta remember that one. Berlin Sands. Oh yeah. Nope, that looks like
I was a little loud
growls.
there. Looks
Oh,
like what?
looks like growls. Remember, like the shopping, the
House.
grocery store. Yeah.
Does look like grouse.
Chiller. Nope, that's horror. Come on, give me something good.
Ooh, yeah, that's spooky.
Ah, there we go. We're ready to rock and roll.
Yep, that's good. That's good
Exact,
stuff.
exactly what we need. You said you're a little loud.
I was a little loud. Let me
All right, I
do it
turned
again.
your, I turned you down.
Actually, it might just be my computer volume. In that case, you would be quiet.
Okay, well I'm at my max, so I
Okay.
turned you down a little bit. We'll see what it's crack-lacking about. I'll throw it up on my phone and see what it sounds like. Then we'll get the show on the road.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and post about it. I haven't been on Instagram like at all. Post about it. Been on Instagram like at
All right,
all.
you sound fine. I'm waiting for myself now. All right, we both sound good.
Yeah.
All right, share.
Depressed in that picture that I just
I do?
that I posted on her story. No, I do. Whenever you get the
Yeah,
chance, it's pretty funny.
I'm not a fan of what the hell my hair is looking like right now. Jeez. I need a haircut
I think it looks good.
desperately. Thanks, Chris.
All right, ready to roll?
Yeah, I'm just putting Happy Wisen Guys Day on my story. And then let me make sure I tweet it, and then I'm ready to go. Oh, righty. Ready? I'm actually not, so I don't know why I asked.
All right, I'm gonna change my pants. My ass is itchy.
Your ass is itchy? What a way to start the pod. All right, everybody. You're going to be observing Chris coming in the camera in his underpants. He told me he's going to perform a little ditty today.
Easy.
All right.
I was
You ready?
badly uncomfortable. Yeah,
All right. I'm ready too. Let's get
it's a
started.
good start.
Yep. But at least you're ready to go now. You're not.
Yeah, that's right.
It's
I
not
don't
gonna
want
be
to
on the
be
back of your mind.
uncomfy.
Yeah, you don't want it in the back
I'd
of your
have
mind all
like
the time.
an hour and 28 minutes of comfortableness than an hour and 30 of not.
I agree. All right. Getting ready. 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the Wise Guys Podcast. I'm your host, Brady Fitzgerald, joined as always by my co-host, Chris Hagan.
You guys doing?
Happy Valentine's Day to all the fans out there.
Of course.
If we could give each and every one of you a personalized Valentine's, we would. But just as a general, we love you guys. We love the fans. It's what we do it for. We're not just talking out here to talk to no one. So thank you all for listening. And let's get started. We're talking about Super Bowl 57. Chris, what a great Super Bowl.
Was the only thing happening in the AFC Championship is like we're just kind of left with this taste in our mouths. It's like if there was no penalty call at the end and Eagles have the ball with just under 2 minutes, timeout with a chance to go tied or take the lead. But instead, had the penalty, we had the Chiefs in the clock out, kicking a field goal, and attempted a pitchy woo woo.
Didn't even. Wasn't it a Hail Mary that just went 20 yards?
I guess, yeah. That was disappointing.
So
not even a pitchy woo woo. But other than that, like first 58 minutes of the game were incredible.
Yeah. First 58 minutes, just nothing else you could ask for. 35-35, right down to the 2 minutes. You're right. It does leave us bad stink. And I hate having to start the pod not just talking about how great and awesome, having to have this asterisk on it and this, not an asterisk, because of course the Chiefs deservedly won the game and smart play at the end didn't even give the Eagles a chance to have a shot really because they drained out all the clock at the end. But it was you're right. It's just sour taste that just ruined a great Super Bowl. One of the best we've seen in our I think since the Super Bowl 51 against I guess the Eagles one was great too. 52 was good.
It's a good one.
Yeah, but there's been last 2 years been a little stinkers, a little bit, and
even last year it was a close game, but it wasn't a great game. This was a great game, amazing. The superstars were the superstars.
No, and we got to finally the whole preview was we finally get to see the two best teams going at it, and that's what it felt like the whole time. It felt like that neither team could really stop anyone on defense, which was the Eagles' downfall. But it ended up at as I just said, 35-35. What else could you ask for going in 2 minutes left in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, seriously, and it had everything in it too. We had a comeback. We're down. Kansas City was down 10 at half, and then came back the second half, which
down 10
unstoppable
at half
on offense.
Yeah, with Mahomes injured too.
Oh yeah.
Going into halftime, it was are we gonna see a hobbled Mahomes coming out, or are we gonna see the man? We ended up seeing the man, but what were you saying?
It is shocking how perfectly fine he appeared in the second half.
Yeah.
It makes you think a little bit what substance were they shooting into his foot?
They
allow him to move the way that he did, because he looked perfectly fine.
They had probably the best horse tranquilizer of all time into his ankle, because
it was whatever. Do you remember that Sunday night game when the Bears played the Packers? I think it was week 1.
Yeah, it was the Khalil Mack game.
Hurt his knee. Right, yeah. We saw half a quarter to Deshaun Kaiser, and then Rodgers came out of halftime and led him on a 3-touchdown comeback. That's what it reminded me of, but in the Super Bowl, because that was the best football we've seen him play in his career.
Yeah, and he didn't even have to do
the best quarterback in the league.
He only missed 6 times. He had just under 200 yards, which is pretty shocking. But it seemed like a lot of the times they had great field position and 3 touchdowns, which all were perfectly drawn up by the coach and the coaching staff. And The Eagles literally, it was the two of the touchdowns were exactly the same. The exact same play.
Oh yeah.
And the Eagles just left them both wide open in the end zone. What is that? Kadarius Toney and number 24, Sky Moore.
Aye.
Yeah. So
And of course, they let Kelsey get one.
yeah, and that was a beautiful ball. Absolutely beautiful
Hmm.
ball. There were so many great plays in this game. Like I don't even know where to start. You have that long ball from Jalen Hurts to what's his name? Not Smith. It's the other AJ Brown.
Jay.
Yeah, AJ Brown. That was a beautiful throw. There was the fumble. The one mistake that the Eagles made cost them 7 early. What was that, second quarter?
That was a weird play too, because it wasn't like anyone on the defense was making a big play. Hurts just dropped it.
Yeah.
That was one of those plays where, like, when it happened, I was like, "Oh, this is what." Where at least if I am the fan of the team, I just feel like stink to the game now.
No,
those are things that just can't happen in the Super Bowl, and you know, obviously it happened early on in the game, but they don't score those 7 points.
Yeah,
much different.
Free 7 points right there, and it was your guy.
Yeah, free.
It was your guy, Nick
Bolton.
So that was another controversial call. Was that a catch or not?
Very close.
I thought
definitely a catch.
You thought so? I thought it could go either way, and just because it's the Super Bowl and you just leave it incomplete on that point.
Yeah.
I thought the refs, besides that last call, and the last call, let's be fair out there and let's throw it out there. That was the right call.
It was, and it's a call that you see all the time throughout the season in any spot in the game. Like the ref sees him, break away from that route, and he's clearly being held up by the defender, even though you couldn't really see like a grab of the jersey. Like it did affect the route.
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't look that bad. But yeah, you're right. By the book, that's a hold.
Yeah,
it's tough to throw a flag. I almost want to say like for the ref for having the stones to do it, but at the same time, it's a tough place to make a call. And it was also a game where we didn't really see many penalties. Oh, having one at the end like that was debatable for sure.
Yeah, but
you're right. It wasn't egregious.
Bradbury also, he came out afterwards, said it was like he definitely held him. He thought he was gonna not get it called, and I respect Bradbury for even saying that. I'm sure Philadelphia itself wants to see him burn, but the accountability on his end just shows how professional he is. And yeah, I mean, he tugged him. When you look at the back angle, when you see it on his back and he tugs him, that's where it's like, all right, I can see why they made this call.
Right.
But
also what didn't help was Greg Olsen was like vehemently disagreeing with the call.
Yeah, Greg Olsen was
like, I don't know about that, and then he's like, I just don't like this call. Like at this point in the game, it's like, I don't like when the announcer is the one to like.
No, because that's the fans' job.
Disagree with the call. Exactly.
That's the fans' job. That is not.
People will just listen to whatever the announcer says too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as soon as he said that, I was watching it and I was like, I don't know about it. But when he said that, I was like, oh, everybody's just gonna run with this.
Yep.
Which was a little bit annoying.
Yeah, it was. It's funny.
Brady won't do that.
What? Oh yeah.
He's in the booth
when Greg gets booted. All right. Let's talk about the game itself. The Eagles, they played the least Eagles game I've seen them play this whole season. Their defense was nothing. Swiss cheese. They never got to Mahomes. There was no sacks on Mahomes, and they couldn't really run the ball. The only one who could run was Jalen Hurts. Miles Sanders had a terrible game. Kenneth Gainwell only got 7 carries and 21 yards, and it was all through the air. And I think that's like the perfect game plan to force them. And it almost didn't work, but it ended up working in the Chiefs' favor.
Yeah, I was surprised by Sanders. My props was about Sanders. I thought he would be involved a lot.
Mm-hmm.
In the first half, though, it went perfectly for them. Like, it sounds obvious, but the best way to beat a good offense is just to keep them off the field.
Yeah.
The time of possession difference was unbelievable. And partly that was because of the middle of one of their drives. They let up a defensive touchdown, and then they get the ball right back. So it's a little bit deceiving, but it's still like, look at the numbers at halftime, and you're like, they're up 10. Look at the time of possession. So they're not letting Patrick Mahomes drive the football down the field.
Yeah, and
of course, everything flips at halftime.
they still ended the game with 11 more minutes of time of possession, so they had the ball like almost the whole game. And you're right,
Yeah.
part of it was the defensive touchdown, part of it was the special teams return not almost touchdown. And that, I mean, you put the Chiefs right at the 5-yard line. You're not stopping Andy Reid figuring that one out. Like it doesn't take a
No.
rocket scientist at that point. And the it like they had more passing yards, they almost had more rushing yards, but they just couldn't get to Mahomes. They couldn't disrupt him. He didn't throw any bad picks, or and either quarterback didn't throw really any turnover worthy plays besides the Hurts fumble, and he had one other long ball that got tipped. But other than that, there really wasn't any negatives from either of these quarterbacks.
No, Hurts looked awesome. Didn't look phased in the big game at all. Obviously, Mahomes we didn't think would look phased, but was it's sad for Jalen Hurts because now I don't know what the narrative is because he did play great, but people will just refuse to give him the credit. And now that they haven't won, like, it's definitely not on him.
No,
but you have to win the big game to be remembered.
No, and I was gonna talk about Jalen Hurts, and I think they every question about him should be put to bed, because
Agree.
if you came into this game and you told me he was gonna throw for 300 yards and a touchdown and run for 70 and 3 touchdowns, I'd be like, oh, the Eagles won by 40. So
Oh yeah,
he just didn't. Like his running backs didn't help him. His wide receivers were good. Dallas Goedert was good, and other than that, like it was really it was on the defense on this one, which is the
which
bread
was
and butter of
surprising
this. Yeah,
because we talked about. I remember we talked about Hassan Reddick's MVP odds.
yeah,
Like, if they're going to win this game, it's because they're going to get to Mahomes. He's hobbled. He's not going to move right. They have one of the best pass rushers in the league. Like, this is the chance that they have really not let this team score points. And they completely fell apart.
and in the one of the biggest plays of the game, they let Mahomes run for 30 yards, and as we said earlier, and as you just restated, you had to get to Mahomes, you had to slow him down, and they did nothing of the sort.
Yeah, I can't remember a game that was this different, like, first half and second half. Did they score on every drive in the second half?
The Chiefs
They didn't punt.
No,
Yeah.
they didn't punt. They definitely didn't punt. I think they might have actually, because they got 7 in the third and 17 in the fourth. I'm not sure how that works possessionally wise though.
Let's
And
take a look at it.
I
But it
like-
felt like they didn't. It felt like every single drive they were just moving with ease. Of course, they had the one where they had the long punt return that just set them up for an easy touchdown. But other than that, it was just long drives that there was like no shot, and you could feel once they started cooking too.
Oh yeah,
It just was not going to happen.
and they got the ball at half, and you're like, and I just remember I was just like, all right, they're coming out here and they're gonna be blazing on this field, and they had the missed kick. That was like the one mistake the Chiefs had all game, and the Eagles.
But that was the first half, right?
Yeah, that was first half, and and the Eagles just couldn't keep up with them at the end. We saw Santos, their kicker or their punter, a couple times, and we didn't even know his name before this game. I think.
Yeah, but that bet hit the under 6.5.
Yep. I want to look at our prop bets. The
I have
Gatorade
mine
color
pulled up.
did not work. The Eagles
What was
over.
it?
We went with we ended up going with orange, which I think was plus like 400.
Was the actual one though?
It was purple.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wait, that's not what you had, was it?
No, I had red and pink, and we switched
Green.
it. Yeah.
Red and pink. That's right.
The
Right, well, that would have been frustrating.
the Eagles would have hit it. The over 1.5 rushing touchdowns. No opening kickoff. It was a touchback, and Travis Kelce, Super Bowl MVP. He gets one more touchdown. I gotta say, that could have hit. But so I didn't do too hot. But how about you?
I hit Tails. I hit and Mahomes MVP. The Boston's got anytime touchdown came pretty close because
So
he got a
close.
carry down there.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the under 160.5 jersey number touchdowns
That.
is brutal because of Bolton
Oh.
32. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
So if the Eagles go score a touchdown there, almost anyone on the offense, we would have gone under because I just did the math a minute ago and it was at like 163.
Oh, that is.
Well, that's a shame. Sanders first touchdown, no, and okay, so I was 2-3, but two of the three I didn't hit were like big plus odds.
The.
So I did all right.
Let's talk about that first touchdown. It ended up going to Hurts. It was Kenneth Gainwell, and then they called it back.
Yeah.
And then wasn't it someone else too, and they didn't catch it, or did it go directly to Hurts after that? I forget.
I think it was right to Hurts because they ruled him down like an inch short, and they just QB sneaked it like they did 7 times throughout the game.
They played great, like Madden football, where on third down they were like, "Oh, it's 3rd and 8. Let's just run up the middle. We'll get it to 3rd and 2, and then run this QB sneak that works every time." And that's what it felt like. Because for me, if it's short yardage in Madden, I'm running that QB sneak. So
Oh yeah, it's a cheat code.
yeah, it is, and it is for the Eagles' offense as well. There's nothing that the Chiefs could have done to stop those QB sneaks, and I think they were like on the season 35 and 36 on QB sneaks, which is insane.
14% of their touchdowns.
14%.
Was the stat that I saw.
Wow,
Yeah.
That's insane. So the Eagles, I mean, they had a great game plan on offense. They, as we keep mentioning, just defense, big liability. And the Niners players all complaining after the game, and they were
Because
saying,
they have that weasel Shanahan.
and they were saying, "Oh, you can pass on this Eagles
Turd.
defense. They're not all that," and that they were right. But if you don't have a quarterback, and
They also know that Brock Purdy isn't Patrick Mahomes, right? Like even if they are healthy, like a
I'd
lot
hope
different.
so. I'd hope so.
No, they're delusional. I also saw somebody tweet like this today. I was in class on Twitter, and there was a video of all the Eagle players this game. The caption was, "Don't show the Niners players this video of Eagle players taking accountability for the game," because like every question they're like about the turf. They're saying, "Oh, the teams had to play on it. It's an ideal, obviously, but." Sucked for both of us. And then the call, like Brandon Graham even said that he trusts the referees. I was like, I don't think I've ever heard a player say something like that. But none of them were. I didn't hear any whining about the call.
No, none of them
The end.
were, and they all stuck their head out high. Jalen Hurts was at the podium afterwards. I forget what he said, but it was all over Twitter.
Classy as always.
What do you say? What do you say?
I just said classy as always.
Yeah. And
He
they showed a lot more class than their own fans, though.
Well, that's a very low bar.
All right, did you see the car getting flipped before the game happened?
Did see that. Well, you put them all in one area, and you expect them not to flip cars. Get excited.
Imagine if that's your car. Whose car was that? That had to have been someone just random Philadelphian pedestrian. But
park on the street in Super Bowl week and basically asking for it.
Yeah, honestly. They should have known what was going on.
They should have known.
So, let's talk about the City of Champs, Philadelphia. Now this is their 3rd championship loss in 100 days. And I
love how people say that, and you're just like including the Union in there.
Yeah, you're including the
Are we really going to give that like it's good for the stat? I guess it makes it more dramatic and more painful, but are we really comparing the Union losing in the championship, the Eagles losing in the Super Bowl, the Phillies in the World Series?
No, and considering that...
No disrespect to MLS, but...
Seems like you're disrespecting MLS.
No one's flipping cars for the Union.
Yeah, that's true.
They might.
I bet half of them didn't even know the game was on that day because it was on the same day as the final Phillies game. So
that's right.
You have a good point. All right, where do you want to go to next? We can go to halftime. We go to commercials. We could go to I don't know. What do you want to touch on?
I feel like I've gotten to the point where I don't the commercials aren't that exciting to me anymore.
No, I mean they were
Like when I
nothing
was
special
younger,
this
they
year.
kind of were. I didn't really. Only a few that I can even remember. The baby one was good. I don't remember what it was for. You know
I
which
remember.
one I'm talking about? Babies talking. I think they're at a wedding.
Yes,
They're
yeah,
talking
yeah.
in like adult voices. That one was good. I liked that a lot.
Yeah, I mean there was a long Jesus one which was pretty weird. It's pretty gruesome too. It was like all a little sad, and I was like, all right, I don't know why that's in the Super Bowl. Was there any? Let me just look up this 57 commercials because I don't like. There was the stupid M&M's one where they're like they changed the name to that whatever actress that is. Um, there
Must have
was
missed that one.
yeah, it wasn't anything special.
Doritos have one?
Doritos had one. Yeah, they had one with Jack Harlow, and he's playing the triangle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right.
Did you see the Breaking Bad one was definitely the best one.
I won't. Yeah, I
The
like
pop
that
that
one.
was the best one. Um, oh, we got to bring up the Tubi ad. Did your
That's
party freak out?
yes.
We
There
were
was a Yelp.
yes, there was there was here too. We were like, what the hell's what whoa whoa whoa, and everyone's getting up. They're like, am I sitting on the remote? Like, what's going on? That was
That was
pandemonium.
awesome. That was a great move. As annoying as it was,
That should have been illegal.
I know.
How did they even like?
It was just like
They
I
got the
don't know. It was one of those things
broadcasters
that brings
talking.
everyone together, freaking out, which
Yeah.
makes me like it.
I saw a great video. It was someone recorded. It was like an all Eagles Super Bowl party, and like it's a bunch of frat boys, and they're like flipping the couch, like all the cushions are going all over the place. They're like, "Who the hell sat on the remote?" And that won the ad space just because of how trippy it was.
Oh, I know. It was so perfectly pulled off too. Because they
Oh,
had
it was.
the guys in the booth. What a dick move by the announcers though to agree to that.
I know, and the NFL. The NFL should have known. Should have known it would freak everybody out. But I guess you're right. It brings everyone talking about it. Brings everyone together.
It's a bad commercial because who was looking at like what they were showing?
No, everyone was just
for the
freaking out.
remote
Yeah, that's
and
true.
to turn it off.
Yeah.
Guess I remember it's Tubi though.
Yeah, after that, I do remember it's Tubi because I remember I was like, what was that ad? And they were like, oh, it was Tubi. I was like, oh, yeah, all right. So there was a Ben
The other one that
Affleck
I liked
Duncan one.
was
That was fine. That was funny.
oh yeah, the Rockstar one I liked. I didn't really
Yes.
get it.
Yeah.
I didn't understand the meaning of it because it was like, what was it for again?
I don't even know what it was
Like
for, but
HR company.
they were based. Yeah, I think it was like Workday.
There was Workday, and the message was be a rock star at work, but the rock stars were telling the people that they weren't rock stars.
Yeah, it was pretty
I
weird.
liked the ad. I don't understand the message.
I thought the ad was good. I thought it was funny seeing all the actual rock stars upset. But you're right. It doesn't send a good message. It tells you not to be a rock star. You don't want to be a rock star anymore. You're not. Congrats,
The
everybody.
rock stars will come yell at you.
Yeah, you're not a rock star.
Guess maybe like you'll meet Gene Simmons if you use the word rock star in the workplace.
The Bud Light one with Miles Teller was all right. He's dancing around, grooving, simple.
Yeah. I missed the one beer one, the Miller Coors one.
Oh,
I kept
yeah.
hearing
there was
about
one
that commercial, and like there were prop bets on it, and I missed it.
Wait,
Kind of
really?
annoyed about that. Yeah, on like DraftKings, you could bet on it.
Really? Was it
Had
the
like
Oh,
however many picks. If you won a certain amount of the picks, you got like free back. It was about the commercial.
really? Was that the ad where it was Coors, Miller Lite, and then it like all of a sudden at the end it was like actually it's a Blue Moon commercial.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah,
But I missed it.
I didn't really pay attention to it either until everyone started laughing that it was Blue Moon at the end.
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of missed that one
know.
too. The one that sucked.
Bloom,
there were
I'm
prop
assuming
bets
that's
on.
all the same.
Yeah, it's got to be all the same company. The one that sucked, I think, the most because it was kind of hyped up. Even my mom knew about it somehow. Was the Gronk and the FanDuel, the field goal thing.
No.
That sucked. That was like the worst ad. And I thought if they were gonna make him kick a field goal, he'd be on the freaking field. And
No.
he missed it, and it was like, well, it's not like he actually kicked it. Like that was definitely part of the script, right?
I guess.
Yeah, that drove me crazy.
I thought that was gonna be like a whole thing. I thought it was gonna be like at halftime.
That's what I thought too, because like they were like Gronk's kicking the field goal, and like you could bet on it on
It
FanDuel.
sounded so cool. Like
Yeah.
the kick of destiny.
Yes.
Like, oh yes.
No, and it was a blink and you'll
No.
miss it ad, and it was stupid.
I did get a $5 free bet from that though.
Because he missed it?
I put on. I think it was just like if you opted in,
Oh, okay.
you get a free bet. I thought it was if he made it, you got the free bet. But I know I got it. I put it on Bradley Beal first basket layup.
Did
Not
you get
it.
it? Oh, damn.
I think it's had a layup, so I was close.
You had the right motion, just wasn't the right player.
Had the team and the style of basket.
That's a shame.
Yeah, I know.
Other than that, though, I mean, I guess the flag football one was kind of fun. They always do that, like get all the NFL players in one commercial or whatever. Like, remember they did the 100 season one, and they were all.
That was that was one of the better commercials they've had.
Yeah. That's kind of all the ones I could really like remember off the top of my head. All right, let's talk.
Yeah,
about
I feel like we usually see the Clydesdales.
Yeah, I don't remember
Riser.
them. There was. Oh,
Yeah.
also, Burger King dropped the ball.
I know. Where was the Whopper?
I thought the Whopper was gonna. I was like, they're gonna prepare a 2-minute song for it. Like, let's get the whole chorus out there. Let's get the whole
believe it.
song, and then you could like post it onto Apple Music or whatever, and everyone could download
Yeah.
it. But that was a wasted
Yeah,
opportunity.
what a swing
in
and
my
a
mind.
miss.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't have enough time.
But maybe
Maybe
they
the
spent
Whopper commercial exploded before
Yeah.
had time to write one for the Super Bowl.
That could be true, or that they got so much that promotion from the actual ads within the normal football season
They didn't even need to.
that they didn't even need to. But I was
I mean, it
disappointed
is
that
a
there was
great
no
ad.
Whopper.
I was too. A Whopper commercial would have been the best.
So let's talk about Riri. I thought that was a freaking amazing halftime. I thought that was awesome.
The only thing that it missed was like a drop in from a guest.
I thought that was one of the coolest parts. She was like, she
Really?
just took it on her own. Yeah, because everyone, there was all those props
I
about
think it would have
it.
been awesome if like Jay-Z rolled down there.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been
Drake.
cool. I just thought it
Would've
was
been
like it was a statement from Riri. I don't need any of these people.
Yes, yeah. That's fair.
I'm the one.
She doesn't, of course.
No, she didn't at all. It looked like she was playing Super Smash Brothers. That's the first thing I thought of. I was like, is she like in a Mario level right now? Is Bowser about to come out? And did you see there was a Twitter, someone that was at the game saw it. It definitely wasn't on camera. That one of the backstage dancers almost fell off.
Serious?
Yeah, there's a video like one of the guys stumbles on the platform and it rocks. And
It's terrifying. Because that was freaking me out.
oh yeah,
It's from my TV. I was like, why are they in the air like that? Are
especially
they up there? What's going on here?
when Rihanna was getting lifted up and she's singing, I was like, uh-oh, this could be like NFL's worst nightmare if Rihanna falls off the platform. And
Roger Goodell would be like, all right, you guys got 5 minutes. I'm starting.
Rihanna's still on the field. They're like, all right, 5 minutes. We'll clean her up and call it a day. But I thought it was good. I liked all the movements and stuff. I thought it felt like, even though it was choreographed and they all, I'm sure, spent countless hours learning what they had to do, it felt like I could go up there and start doing it, you know? And I thought that with normally it's all weird and they're all doing, I feel like, a little weirder stuff. So I felt like that was cool that they were all just like doing stuff. I feel like I'd look around and see at a party.
Would you get up on those platforms?
No, I'd fall off.
I
I wouldn't.
Imagine like the spatial awareness that you have, and I'm sure dancers already have incredible spatial awareness. But get up on that thing and move around the way that they do, and not plummet to your death.
No, they probably had like 2
Be
feet where they're
mortified.
yeah, they probably had like 2 feet. Like, all right, you can't move within these like you have to move within these 2 feet or else
Yeah.
you're gonna be a little topsy turvy. I thought her song choices were great.
Did you
I don't
see the? Oh yeah.
I don't know what it was at one point I was like, is she bringing out Kanye West? Is Kanye
Oh, in
West
All
gonna
the
come out?
Lights.
Yes. And
Yes.
it was a lot very Kanye-esque, all the hoodies,
Mhm.
all in the same color. And I was like, no way she just blows everyone's minds and brings out Kanye.
That's so funny. Uh, it would not have been funny for the NFL to deal with that reaction, though.
Mm-mm.
Not sure if people would have appreciated that. It's
No,
awesome.
no, I'm
It
sure.
would have been for Twitter.
Yeah, it would have been a field day for Twitter, but everyone else would have just been losing their minds.
Oh yeah.
Of course, I looked up just the head, like I just Googled Super Bowl halftime show, and one of the articles, Donald Trump rips
A Super
Rihanna.
Smash.
No,
Oh.
Donald Trump says it's the worst one in history. I couldn't imagine why he thought
Why?
that. Yeah, I-
I'd love to hear more about
Yeah,
his
I wanna
thoughts.
know
He should
why.
put it out in a presidential memo
you really
in the
should.
your old stationery. I thought you were gonna say that there's a billboard one, or wait, that's not billboard. There's one that says it looks like Super Smash Bros. Polygon.
Oh, really? I didn't
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah,
It was
look
all
at
over
that.
the place though. All the Mario memes, all the Smash Brothers memes. Again, I thought it was a great performance, and I have had only girl in the world stuck in my head since we did the prop bets for
Oh
before the
yeah,
Super
you just
Bowl,
started
since
thinking
Friday.
about it.
Yeah, no, it's in my head. I listened to it like 8 times yesterday.
Were there any like?
I don't know. I'm not that. I wish I was a bigger Rihanna fan. I would have known, but I wasn't sure if she missed a couple of her big ones. All right. Back. We can go back to the game. We can do. What do you wanna go to?
Well, I feel like there's something that we're missing.
Ah,
Covered props, did halftime
yeah.
commercials, the game itself. I'm content. I like Super Bowl
Yeah, I am too.
around. Like I have no real complaints other than
Yeah, it was such a sad ending to it because it was such an epic Super Bowl, but because of the rest, like this is going to be remembered as one of the best Super Bowls probably ever. And and deservingly so. So, actually let's talk legacy wise. So now Mahomes, he is two-time Super Bowl MVP, two-time NFL MVP, and the only quarterbacks to ever do that, Joe Montana and Tom Brady. That's elite company.
ready.
Is he
Yeah,
already?
that's the whole list.
That's the list. Not even Manning, because Manning didn't get the second MVP.
Because he was done by that time.
Yeah. So is he already a top 5 quarterback of all time? Is that ridiculous to say?
I think at this point, yeah.
Okay.
Because it's only been 5 years.
Yeah.
Just need more for the sample size, which will come.
Mhm.
Even if he doesn't win a Super Bowl, another Super Bowl, but he just continues to play at this level, then I think he already has the resume in terms of winning.
Yeah.
It's just the longevity that he needs.
Yeah,
Which
I
hopefully
agree.
is not a problem.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's got 10, even more years than him.
Yeah, so he's 26 years old. He can we saw Tom Brady just retire at 45. So he has all of his 30s, and who knows if he's going to play to his 40s, but he's all of his 30s and the rest of his 20s left. And you're right. If he has a couple more seasons as he's been doing, leading the league in passing, all the touchdowns, everything keeps going swimmingly, then he definitely could be. I mean, I could even put him like you could argue for me, like, of course, since I never saw John Elway play, I never saw Dan Marino play, I never saw any of this, but it's going to be really soon. He's going to be able to in those conversations, and people are going to be talking about it already. I mean, people are already talking about the GOAT already. Like,
don't know
that's
how
ridiculous.
you
I don't
can
know how that's
actually
possible.
seriously
Yeah.
bring that up. I mean, you're talking 2 Super Bowls versus 7. If
Yeah.
you throw out every other stat, that's already the easy choice as to who the GOAT would be.
Yeah,
But
I don't know why people are doing that already either, but especially it's like let him enjoy. Like, why you got to bring him up? Like, he doesn't
I
need
know,
to be compared
seriously.
to Brady right
That was the
now.
thing, like the LeBron thing. It was like as soon as LeBron hit the record, it was like, all right, is he the GOAT now? It's like just let him be the all-time leading scorer. Like that's enough for today, at least.
Yeah, there's no reason to have these conversations about it already. And as you said, he's got plenty of time, plenty of leeway to get up there, and plenty of time. And but yeah, I gotta say, my Eagles jinx worked. I was all in on the Eagles. It worked.
Where
Thank you.
I got something right.
That is true. You did get
I
something
officially
right.
picked the Chiefs, right?
Yeah,
My
you
final
did.
score was Chiefs.
Yeah.
Look at me. It was a long game.
Yep. It was all worth it in the end. Hopefully. The All right, and then when you look at the Eagles side, now they're losing. They just lost their offensive coordinator and their defensive coordinator. The defensive coordinator is now the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals, and the offensive coordinator.
Oh wait, I thought it was Colts.
No, that the offensive coordinator went to the Colts, unless I flipped them.
Oh, okay.
But I think that's how it turned it out.
Thanks. Oh yeah, what could go wrong? The Colts hiring Eagles offensive coordinator.
I know, right? Who?
I think
Do
that
they
there would
have
be
head
like
coach?
a red flag.
Was
there.
is he now head coach for them?
Yeah, it was Saturday.
Yeah, I guess you're right. So they're losing both of those guys. They have plenty of free agents, including the guy who costed them, James Bradbury, Gardner Johnson, I believe, is one. Miles Sanders, they're going to be fine to let him walk. But
yeah, that's no issue.
Cox, Lane Johnson, Travis Kelce, or what's his brother's name? Jason. Jason.
Yeah, Jason.
So they might retire. And it's going to be a different looking Eagles team. But they do have the number 10 overall pick. And now the number 30th pick. And so they're going to have plenty of opportunities to fill up holes in this roster. And a top 10 pick is for a team who just lost the Super Bowl. Don't
see that very often.
No, and that's a gift. So.
And they still have their normal first round too, right?
Yeah, the 30th.
31st?
No, because there's 31 picks in this first round this year. The Dolphins got theirs suspended. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So
yeah, like they have all these free agents, but that also means that it's money that gets freed up.
Mm-hmm. And
so
they just
probably won't have as dominant of a roster next year, but have room to work. At least like reload.
Definitely
put a Super Bowl caliber roster back on the field.
Oh, sorry. I'm just looking at the comments. What was worse, the holding call or Jackson Mahomes dancing?
I didn't see any Mahomes.
Oh, do you didn't see him when he's doing the interview at the end? Jackson just in the back, just like. Yeah.
I didn't see it, but I will. By default, I will say if you're comparing two things, which one is worse, and Jackson Mahomes dancing is one of the options, it's usually that one.
It's usually that one. Yeah, but as you said, they'll be able to fill up the holes in their roster, and they just made it to Super Bowl. They know Jalen Hurts is the guy. People are gonna want to play with Jalen Hurts. People are gonna take lower deals to get on this team, and I hope that they don't, as much as I don't like the Eagles, it would suck to see this such a dominant team just be a 1-year type deal, and like to see them improve again and see if they can keep up this dominance that they had all season.
Yeah, I mean, the state of the NFC right now, like, you don't know how things are going to change, but it doesn't look super competitive right now.
No, not at all.
There's the 49ers, there's the Cowboys, I guess. There's who from the NFC North?
The Lions?
The NFC South is a train wreck. Maybe the Lions, yeah. So it's still going to be wide open. They're still going to enter the season next season probably is the favorite to win the conference.
Oh,
Maybe second or third. The
definitely.
worst.
Unless the Niners drastically improve, like if they're going into the next season with Trey Lance and Brock Purdy, they're not going to be the favorites. The as you just said, you look through the divisions. It's not like they. That's why they had such an easy playoffs because it's not like they had a big. There's not a big competition pool in this NFC. So like this year, you had the Seahawks making it. Maybe your
Right.
Commanders are in the mix. One of the teams in the NFC South is somehow going to be in there, and they
Have
other th-
to by
yeah, by
default.
default. And I guess your only competition then is the Cowboys.
Mhm.
So yeah, they're gonna reload. They're gonna have these picks, and they're gonna get so like that number 10 pick. They're gonna draft some stud, I bet, and we're gonna be like, how did we let the Eagles get this guy?
They're a well-run team. They draft well.
Hmm.
They're smart with their contracts. Like they don't have a bad contract on this roster. I feel like
No,
had one, and they dumped them for a first-round pick.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, and like the Hurts pick at the time, it didn't make any sense. Now he's like, I mean, not winning, but taking you to a Super Bowl. So you just got to have faith in your front office. Because Howie Roseman got a lot of criticism over the past few years, and then this year, it's like, oh, Howie Roseman, he's the best executive in football.
yeah.
Oh,
And
just let him do his thing. He should be fine.
so when you're looking at, I'm looking at the Eagles game log right now, and could this have been? Should this has been something we were a little more worried about? The Cowboys scoring 40 on them, the Packers getting 33. I know that they won the Packers game, but uh, letting these offenses like that's something that we probably should have taken into account before the Super
Yes,
Bowl.
yeah, because we did talk about how like the schedule wasn't tough, and then games where they did play good offense, they got dreaded. Maybe that was something to be concerned about. But we were coming off games where they were so dominant defensively that it felt like it didn't matter.
That's the weirdest part about this game that I can't wrap my head around is that how they couldn't get any sort of pressure on Mahomes at all.
Yeah.
It was so weird and so unlike the Eagles team we saw all year.
Mm.
Um, all right, Chiefs coming in next year. They're gonna re-sign Juju, who at the end of the game, I was like, is Juju gonna get MVP? Like it seemed like it was gonna get every third down catch. It was going his way. I thought he was gonna get a touchdown. One of those two times that Sky Moore and
Yeah.
Kadarius Toney got it. And they're looking ready to just run it back next year. And they don't need a running back. Pacheco was great this game. And
Mm.
man, they're the stacked roster. Did you know Melvin Gordon, friend of the pod, now a Super Bowl champion?
I saw that.
Yeah.
Somebody tweeted out like Melvin Gordon's the guy who joins the group and gets the A while doing nothing, and he just quote tweeted it with a picture of him with the ring.
And I like how he's played into it. I mean, he is. It's not like he did anything. I don't think he ever suited up for the Chiefs really. But they didn't need him. You know, they also had Ronald Jones who won another Super Bowl. John Ross just won a Super Bowl.
John Ross,
I had
really?
no idea.
I
He was
still
on the
think that
Chiefs.
he might be good.
He's at the Chiefs. If I knew he was on the Chiefs, I would have been like, oh, I mean, if they have John Ross now, like this is gonna be
All right.
insane.
How's he not going to touch the ball?
Right. But it was great. I mean, they're set up ready to go again next year. So looking that way,
It's got to be a good feeling to win a Super Bowl and know that you're going to be just as good next year.
yeah, because it's not like they have any impending free agents that are huge. And as you said with the Eagles, they're a smart team. They draft well, and they know how to build this roster. I was listening to a couple other pods that were some from guys who were at the Super Bowl and a couple reporters who were in the Chiefs locker room actually afterwards. And he was like, I was listening to a couple of the rookies, and they're like, man, we just won a Super Bowl and we have Mahomes. Like, we're gonna do it again. Like,
Yeah.
how many are we gonna win here? And Mahomes has gotten to this level where he is of course, nothing, as we said earlier, there's no GOAT debate right now. We're not gonna do that. But the confidence level is that the prime Tom Brady confidence level. When you have him on this team,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know you're going to be competing for a Super Bowl and they have been. I
Mm.
mean, every year that he started, but winning that second one, knowing that it wasn't just a 1 year thing or it wasn't just like a fluke, and they're gonna get beat by all these teams. That I mean, they're set up. They're set up for the next 10 years.
Must be nice. No team has that though.
What do you mean?
Like I'm saying, it must be nice as if like a team is like one of the only ones that doesn't have that. But nobody has a guy who's already won a
Yeah.
Super Bowl. You know that he's going to be around for that long. Like,
No,
there are teams that have great quarterbacks, but none of them have proven it yet.
yeah, and literally no other team has a quarterback that has won multiple Super Bowls as a starter in the league. In the league, no one has
Mm.
two Super Bowl winners.
Yeah.
So, and it's such a weird. Like I saw that stat and I was like so befuddled by it. I was like, "Is that really true?" And it is. I mean, it is the truth. And Jimmy G's the only other guy with 2 Super Bowl rings, and he was a backup for both of them. So it's like we're getting to this fresh era of quarterbacks, and to have the top dog in this fresh era is gotta be, as you said, it gotta be a great feeling.
Oh, yeah.
All right, how do we want to end this? I don't know. I feel like we covered everything.
The footing was bad.
Oh, the field.
Didn't really talk about it much, but I don't know how it could be so bad.
They spent 80 grand on it. Or 8 grand? I don't know if it was 80 or 8, but one of the two. And sorry, I'm looking it up right now. But there was like this golf grass, and it was getting torn apart all game.
Slipping was like every play somebody was slipping.
Yeah, there was a slip, $800,000
Oh, grass.
for grass. And they've been growing this grass for 2 years. Just like for this game alone. And I don't know how you can have a grass that you spend $800K on and grown for 2 years and you didn't try it. You didn't test it out.
Yeah.
You didn't say, "Hey, maybe we should run a scrimmage on it. See if it works." Like
Or just have somebody run in the first place.
you could see
Each
so
direction quickly.
there was a moment in the second quarter where Jalen Hurts all of a sudden has new shoes, and the broadcasters announce it, like they show the comparison, and some people were like, "Oh, like it's cool, like oh he's swag, he's putting out new Jordans," and it's like, no, his other cleats are destroyed and are full of chunks of grass. And did you see the bin of all the different Eagles player shoes?
Mm.
It was like a Salvation Army bin. Like this thing was full of shoes. And just for that to be even that, like that's got to be embarrassing for the league, especially I'm pretty sure they said something about it earlier, like, "Oh, this field has been growing for 2 years waiting for this."
Yeah.
And what an embarrassment for the league to have it be that way.
Yeah. It's shocking.
Yeah.
It really is.
Truly is. But that does it. Your Kansas City Chiefs are your Super Bowl champions. Shout out Matt Byers. I texted him that night. I was like,
Anyone deserves it, it's him.
yeah, definitely. Trooper. He's always been a trooper. Even in the Alex Smith days. Funny enough, he wanted Alex Smith over Mahomes. But
Yeah, he was not happy that they traded him.
no, not at all. But it's all working out for in his favor. So good for Matt. Only
more
Chiefs
than
fan I'll
working out.
actually be excited about for him. But
I don't know any other ones.
I think I know like 2 more maybe. But anywho, I guess let's go to College Corner. You ready?
We have not number 1 Purdue, number 3 Purdue now coming into College Park on Thursday. I was so mad. I was watching their. It was like an afternoon game at Northwestern, and they were number 1 going into that one. They're up 8 with like 4 minutes left and blew it. And Northwestern got to storm the court against them, and now I'm pissed because I feel like you can't have 2 court stormings in a row.
Yeah.
They're not number 1 when they play us. Like, that would be so awesome, but it'll still be a great game, and we will storm the court if we win, which will be the best moment of my life, maybe.
Possibly. We'll see.
I had the Bryce Harper home run. This
Yeah.
could be
Yeah,
second.
I can't,
Be second.
I can't believe
I'm
it.
very excited for Thursday.
Well, so Penn State, I saw the videos of you guys screaming "F you Penn State" to the literally the bench. Um, that was great. I saw that video. I was like, oh, I know Chris is in there somewhere. Like this is.
There were a lot of people that weren't happy about that.
No, I'm sure. I'm sure there wasn't. Did you?
Even
Did you?
like people on our message boards were like, it's like doesn't make you tough when you chant "fu," and it's like, do you think any of the students think that we're tough chanting it? Like, just we'll say "f" anything.
No, and it's like we actually just hate Penn State. Like actually just
Hey, yeah.
hate Penn State. Uh,
They say it as if it's like grown adults that are doing it. Like, just let the students have fun.
that's what I don't get. Let the students have. They're college kids. Like they're here to be
Let
loud,
the kids play.
and that's the whole point. Um, so Michigan State, what happened there?
That was a predictable Big 10 road loss. We shot 3 of 22 from 3, I think. They really didn't play that bad of a game. It was just literally could not hit threes. They kept it within. I guess they ended up losing by 5, but they had a chance to win at the end. Michigan State's okay, but any road game in the Big 10 is tough. So that wasn't. It would have been nice to have that, and you'd be on like a 6-game win streak right now and probably be ranked. But it's not the end of the world.
Oh, you were up against Joey Hauser, brother of Sam Hauser.
Yeah, dude, he was so good.
He scored
I
Drawny
hate
on
that
you guys.
guy. Always open too.
Well, if he's
boy.
anything like his brother, he's automatic from 3. So
Yeah, he's a bucket. I just want a guy like that who can come in and hit threes. Like we have no guy like that. There's guys that come in and play defense and get rebounds.
you're telling me.
I
Telling me.
don't know. Did we look and compare our teams in 3-point percentage?
I don't think so.
It doesn't get much worse than Maryland.
No, you check on your
No.
website. See if it has any things about that.
Yeah, you're a better 3-point shooting team.
Really?
We are. Only by like 2%. But yeah.
Damn. Well, speaking of which,
32.6%. We shoot 30.4%.
that's bad.
It's not good.
It's really bad. Going over. Speaking of South Carolina, there's a game tonight. My lovely girlfriend is coming with me as my date. It's the best Valentine's Day gift I could ever get. And you know she normally comes, but just that she didn't care that it was on Valentine's Day. It really made it special. And we're
That's
playing
nice.
playing Vanderbilt tonight. I mean everything's a must win here, and I just want to see him see him be competitive. That's really all I got. GG.
Well, you're coming off a win.
Oh yeah, actually,
It's been like a month.
Yeah. Yep. Win against Old Miss. GG Jackson. You want to guess how many minutes and points he had?
Is it lower than I'm thinking? Don't trouble.
I'm not gonna tell you anything.
Uh,
In a win,
25 minutes, 3 points.
12 minutes, 5 points.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not looking good for him. So he didn't start again, second straight not start, played less minutes than he did in the Mizzou loss, and I don't know if that means they're just like trying to phase him out, or if that like I don't know what that entails for the future, but I hope they get him playing again. I want to see GG Jackson play.
do you? Because it seems like your last 2 games have been close. The last 3 games, actually.
I do want him to play. He's by far their still best player, and maybe they do play better with him off the court, but I think our best chance to win is with him on the court, of course.
So.
So
it's not actually because you just won a game.
All right, that's true. But what am I going to come in here and be like, "Oh, GG Jackson's a problem"? I don't know if he's an issue. So he went on Instagram Live again afterwards. He didn't say anything. It got filled up quickly though. It was like automatically like 300 people. I think just waiting for him to say something stupid. And he's like, "Oh, I'm not saying anything stupid. Like, don't worry." somebody commented like good win today, and he went like I barely even played. So
Uh,
I don't know what I don't even know what this means, but
oh, what's his deal?
he's a powder. That's what his deal is. He's a
He's a
powder,
powder.
and I think he just got stuck coming. I don't know if he got stuck coming here or because his family wanted to come here, or I don't know. But hopefully, there's a good attitude, Gigi, tonight. I'll be cheering him on, and hopefully he gets some minutes, has a big game, and we win. But
Yeah.
that's all I can really hope for. Uh,
It's a
thank-
weird situation.
It is a weird situation. And I don't even know how to commentate on it either. Like I don't because I don't want to bash him. I think he's a really talented player. I think he's a powder, but I don't I don't know. He's our best player. We need him on the court.
You're winning with him off the court.
That's
You
true.
never win.
Hey, if they win tonight and he doesn't play,
You never win.
I know. I'm aware. This is our 9th win. So we're still bottom. I think we're still bottom of the SEC. We're probably still bottom of the country, but God, where is this? There it is, Southeastern. Yep. Oh no, LSU's worse than us. Hell yeah. Not record wise, just SEC wins wise.
It's good.
Which did they play us already and beat us? That might have been their one win. No, they haven't played us yet. Yeah, we play.
So
we
that's
play
gonna
Saturday.
be
It's gonna be a
home.
slugfest. No, not at home. So the home games, they go. This is the last Tuesday one. So last Tuesday pod that we have to semi rush. And then we have Wednesday, the next Wednesday, which is the game all season, our only 9 p.m. game on ESPN.
Emma.
Bama coming to town, number 1. For now, let's see if that changes. But that's a storm the court moment if they do end up.
Oh yeah.
If they do end up winning.
Lost in the SEC yet?
Have they lost in the SEC yet?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think they shredded everybody. They did. Who?
Oh no, they lost to Oklahoma. They're not in the SEC yet, but it will be. So no, they have not lost in the SEC yet.
They go to Tennessee tomorrow, but Tennessee's had a bad few weeks.
Tennessee just loves getting beat by buzzer beaters. They got an issue, and it's letting these guys come back with buzzer beaters.
Yeah. That Vanderbilt one was awesome. I didn't see the Mizzou one.
No, I didn't see the Mizzou one either, but the Vanderbilt one was awesome.
Yeah. So overrated, Tennessee.
You think so?
Yeah.
They also lost to Florida.
Yeah, and they beat Auburn 46-43. Ugh.
That's a terrible
game.
Yeah, that's a terrible game. Yeah, I mean they beat I guess Texas by 11, but nah, I mean they've been blowing out the SEC a lot. They lost to Kentucky though, which normally sounds like clockwork, but this year is not the same.
Yes.
Right. That's all I got.
All I got too.
All right, sweet. Nice.
I'm juiced for Thursday.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm this Wednesday game is all I'm going to be thinking about. The next week. Yeah. Even though we're going to get trounced, but I need everyone to be there. Everyone
Hopefully
to be loud.
Good atmosphere at least.
Yeah, I'd hope so. The women's team, they are in the news. They beat the only other undefeated women's team, LSU, on Saturday or Sunday. Sorry, Sunday morning, and they're so good. They're so good.
They beat LSU by like 24.
I know. They
Number
destroyed
5 in the
LSU.
country.
Yeah, was number 3 when they played.
Who was undefeated?
Yep, the only other undefeated women's team.
It's not fair.
No, it's really
Fueled
not.
by energy in the building. LSU.
I will say the women's fans are a lot better.
Their energy in the building.
Yeah, there is energy in the building. They get loud, and they all do the towels. They're all ready to go at the women's game. They're just not ready for the men's. Maybe it's because we're number 1 in the country.
Not a shame for the
destroy
women.
Everybody. Huh?
Yes, yeah. I said that's a shame, but it's not a shame for them.
No, yeah.
For you guys.
Yeah, it's great for them.
So you have something.
Yeah, we do have something to look forward to. All right. Well, I guess that does it then. Thank you all for listening. Again, hopefully you enjoy your Valentine's Day, and we'll see everybody Friday. For what? Who knows? We'll talk about it though. So
Storm the court.
yeah, if you
Cap.
storm, there you go. Also, wait, before we go, how'd the basketball game go last week, and what we looking at this week?
I had 3 points in a win. I didn't shoot the ball well, but I feel like we're gonna get there early next time, and I'm gonna warm up.
There
I
you
kind
go.
of just ran onto the court and started playing. But
Oh,
the squad looks okay. We rebound very well, and we play good defense. I think the shots will fall. That'll just come. We're getting good looks.
mm-hmm.
Juan in a tight one to work on our basketball IQ a little bit. We're taking some dumb shots down the stretch, but yeah, it was a good team win.
Nice.
Everybody did their part, so I'm excited to see how the squad grows throughout the season. Apparently, we're gonna have 3 regular season games
Well, that's not very fun.
and playoffs. I know.
It's pretty underwhelming.
That's it's like one a week, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What are you gonna do? You're only gonna play the games in front of you, Chris. So
that's right.
good.
Yep.
I'm
can only
glad you
play
had
this in front of you.
glad you got some points out there. All right.
Should have had 5, but the buzzer went off before my layup went in.
Oh, that's the worst.
But yeah, I missed a free throw, and then we got the rebound.
Oh, nice.
I guess I could have just made the free throws, but
Happens.
didn't
Happens.
happen.
Well, now, thank you all for listening. I know. So we'll see everybody